He promised the future of trucking, hydrogen power, zero emissions, a company that sounded like it could change transportation forever. His name was Trevor Milton, founder of Nikola. To investors, Nikola looked like the next big electric truck revolution. Milton spoke with confidence, posted online, gave interviews, and painted a picture of trucks, batteries, and technology that seemed years ahead. People believed the dream. Nikola's value soared, investors got excited, and the company became one of the hottest names in clean transportation. But prosecutors later said the dream was built on misleading claims. They said Milton lied about Nikola's technology, its truck development, and how far the company had really come. One of the most famous moments involved a promotional video that made a truck look like it was driving under its own power. When prosecutors said it was actually rolling downhill, then everything changed. Milton stepped down from Nikola in 2020. In 2022, he was convicted of securities and wire fraud. In 2023, he was sentenced to 4 years in prison and ordered to pay a fine. Then came a major twist. In 2025, President Donald Trump granted Milton a full and unconditional pardon, wiping away the criminal punishment. Trevor Milton's story became a warning about hype, technology, and investor trust, because a bold vision can inspire people, but when the product cannot match the promise, the future can collapse very quickly. She had the mansion, the designer wardrobe, the luxury cars, and the kind of life that made people believe she knew exactly how to make money. But behind Melissa Caddick's glamorous world, millions of dollars were missing. Melissa Caddick was an Australian financial advisor from Sydney. To her clients, she looked successful, confident, and trustworthy. Many of the people who gave her money were not strangers. They were friends, family, and people who believed she was helping them build a better future. But investigators later said the money was not being invested the way clients were told. Instead, Caddick was accused of using millions of dollars from investors to fund her luxury lifestyle. Then the case took a shocking turn. In November 2020, authorities searched her Sydney home. The next morning, Melissa Caddick disappeared. No one saw her again. For months, Australia was left asking the same questions. Was she hiding? Was she dead? And what really happened after she left her home? In 2023, a coroner found that Melissa Caddick was dead, but could not determine exactly how, when, or where she died. Her story became one of Australia's most shocking fraud cases, not just because of the missing money, but because many of the people who trusted her, most were left with nothing but questions. The lesson is simple. Luxury can make someone look successful, but trust should never be based on appearances alone. She promised the world the next Bitcoin, luxury dresses, packed arenas, millions of followers, and a dream that sounded too powerful to ignore. They called her the Cryptoqueen. But behind Ruja Ignatova's glamorous image, investigators say one of the biggest crypto scams in history was unfolding. In 2014, Ruja helped launch OneCoin, a company that claimed to offer a revolutionary new cryptocurrency. Bitcoin was already becoming famous, and people everywhere were afraid of missing the next big opportunity. Ruja understood that fear. She spoke with confidence. She looked successful. She made OneCoin feel like the future, and investors around the world poured money in. But there was one major problem. Authorities say OneCoin was not a real cryptocurrency like Bitcoin. It did not have the same kind of public blockchain system behind it. Instead, investigators described it as a massive fraud scheme that took billions of dollars from people across the world. Then, in 2017, as investigators were closing in, Ruja disappeared. She boarded a flight from Sofia, Bulgaria to Athens, Greece, and vanished. Since then, she has become one of the world's most wanted fugitives. Ruja Ignatova's story became a warning about hype, greed, and blind trust. Because when someone promises easy wealth, the real question is not how rich you could become. It is what they are hiding. She told bankers one dangerous lie. I'm Andrew Carnegie's secret daughter. No proof, no real inheritance. Just confidence, mystery, and the name of one of the richest men in the world. And somehow, it worked. Cassie Chadwick was not born rich. Her real name was Elizabeth Bigley, and long before she became famous, she had already learned how to reinvent herself. She used different names, told different stories, and built the image of a wealthy, mysterious woman. Then she created her boldest scam. Cassie claimed she was the illegitimate daughter of Andrew Carnegie, one of the richest men in America. She made bankers believe she would one day inherit a massive fortune. And because no one wanted to embarrass Carnegie by asking him directly, many accepted the story. That one lie opened the doors to huge loans. Banks gave her money. She lived in luxury. She bought expensive clothes, jewelry, and carried herself like a true Gilded Age heiress. But the illusion could not last forever. When lenders started demanding repayment, the story began to collapse. The fortune was not real. The Carnegie connection was not real. And Cassie Chadwick's empire fell apart. In 1905, she was convicted and sent to prison. She died there in 1907. Her story became one of the boldest scams of the Gilded Age. Because Cassie did not just sell a lie, she sold access to wealth. And the lesson is simple. When a story sounds too powerful to question, that is exactly when it should be questioned. For more unbelievable real-life heists and mysteries, subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us. The next story is even darker.